We're here. We have returned because it is Tuesday. And this is what... Oh, sorry. It is Thursday. The other day that starts with T. So... Oh, and it looks like our ad is still in progress. So we shall wait another 10 seconds. I jumped the gun, and people are not done with ads yet. So that's on me. Okay. Now ads are done, and we can continue. So... It is Thursday, so we are on DDO. And as usual, we will be playing DDO as it is Thursday. There are not really many stream announcements. Nothing has really changed since last time. If you missed our stream on Tuesday, we just ran a couple sagas at Cap. We hit up Sharn, we hit up Dread. So that went pretty well. And so today we're going to continue that. We're going to start with Saltmarsh, because we do still want to get a few more cards, so that will be beneficial for us. And after Saltmarsh, well, we'll just see what we feel like, because we got a couple options. Maybe we'll hit up Ravenloft again, who knows? That said, the only other piece of, we'll say, news is that I will be on Axel's podcast on Saturday, and that is at noon Eastern time. So we'll be talking about just general stuff that's been going on with DDO, news that's come out, things that have been happening, stuff of that nature. I've not been on a podcast before, so we'll see exactly how it works out, but should be interesting. I appreciate Axel inviting me to that. And yeah, so before we start running anything, we'll go ahead and do our rolls here. Not the best on our gold. And yeah, with that, we'll head over to Saltmarsh. Oh, that's right. We have one more point to spend. Because while we were running stuff on Tuesday, we did get our 118th Reaper point. Since all of this is completely useless, we will get a little bit of spell power with it. 2 more spell power. 2 more points and we'll get extra spell points. Not that we really need a lot of extra spell points, but hey, might as well. And of course we do need some ammunition before we get started, so let's make a couple stacks of that, and we will be on our way. We're going to turn that down a little bit. Basically, I try to keep the background music at about -40 and the game at about -30. And I think that's a pretty good audio balance. Now, if something seems a little loud or a little quiet, feel free to let me know. But this should be pretty good. Now, this quest is going to be a little annoying for us. Actually, a lot of the Saltmarsh quests are going to be a little annoying for us.
You tell the deputy to send erratic signals. You expect it will put the crew on high alert. Perhaps fewer of them will remain below decks. The deputy stops rowing to ask you. Port or starboard, Captain?
Alright, so we're going the sneaky way, because I don't think I have the social skills to, like, bluff my way in up top. Alright, well there's one crest. Alright. Doing well in that we dropped down and immediately killed the 2 Reapers that had spawned. Cabin Boy just hits me for a couple hundred, you know. As Cabin Boys are wont to do. They're just incredibly strong today, these Cavern Boys. Cavern Boys? Cabin Boys, with a B.
You hear the rushed footsteps of more crew descending into the hold.
Where? Oh, there they are. Fortunately, we can hit a cooldown and just melt them.
You hear the rushed footsteps of more crew descending into the hold.
Ah, there you are.
Deck Wizard splits into several copies of himself. None of them look happy to see you.
Fortunately, we have AoE. And we're running into precise shot. You know, we should still use cooldowns here.
The Deck Wizard collapses. No longer.
And we don't even need to, like, try to bluff and bargain with this guy. We just kill him.
Healed over.
Alright, well, it looks like I needn't to have been worried that R4 would be a little harder in here.
You find a curious creature chained in this room. A sea elf by the looks of him. Oceanus, the sea elf, thanks you for rescuing him and says,
Help me find my gear, and I'll do my best to pull my weight in the battles ahead.
Alright. I don't know what's in this chest, really. I almost never do it. Eh. We got filigree. Not all of them are great, but Dreadbringer's solid. Well, we'll check the hold for another crest, since we've only found one so far.
you see a family of ugly-looking rats in the piles of refuse. Neither of you are willing to share the boat.
Alright, well, didn't find anything there. Alright, so we didn't find anything in the bilge. So that means we gotta go topside for the rest of our crests that we need. And we needed to go up here to find all the various pieces of evidence anyway, so it's not like it really slows us down. Alright, that's 2 crests. 3 crests.
Injured pseudo dragon flees away from the fight.
Alright, very good. Oh, and that's 4 crests. Unfortunately, we can't just go down and finish with that, because we need to go to the captain's quarters to find the document there.
Bravely moving. Oceanus retreats back into the sea.
Oh, that's a bunch of dudes.
The first mate is dead. First of many.
Oh, that's right, and we had to either burn down or capture it anyway, so we had to come up here to kill the captain. And, let's see, we already killed the wizard.
Repel the intruder.
Let's see, where are the captain's quarters anyway? It's up here, right? Yeah. Him and the cabin boy are just having their time in the shower. So, we're going to interrupt that.
With the last of the ship's officers slain, the rest of the smugglers
There we go.
were wise
We
to
get the documents. We have all the crests. And now these guys won't fight us anymore. Like, we just shoot them once and they're like, okay, stop, I give up. Yeah. So, if you weren't aware of how that works, just once you have captured the ship, all the other guys, they don't immediately unaggro, but you just need to deal, like, any damage to them, and they give up. So, all you need to do to make all the cannon fodder give up is kill, like, 5 named guys.
This is a lot of weapons. This isn't about
Angelic Wings, not the best set, but, you know.
is it? Someone is preparing
There aren't
for
that
war.
many good sets from the Salt Marsh, but
You must warn
we'll
the
do what we
town.
can. Yeah, let's see if a rare spot is here on our way to the haunted house. Nope. Sometimes there's a pirate captain at that little camp instead of the beachcomber NPC guy. But not today. Not today. Today we just have to head up here and do the haunted house. And of course, as always, we do have an open party if anyone would like to join, if you're the appropriate level on Cannith. Of course, appropriate level is a rather vague term. In this case, I'm using it to be if you can zone in, because as you can see, we're not too concerned about difficulty stuff. We're just gonna go through, and if you were here on Tuesday, then you'll know that when we were running some of the quests, some of the stuff, we had people who were just kind of tagging along, and some of it was like people who were doing a lot of carrying. So, oh, it's Zeta Blaster. He was with us on Tuesday as well, I believe. However, as I mentioned about kind of getting carried along 2 days ago, he started at like level 23 or 24, but by the end of the evening, he was 27 or maybe 28. So today, he's going to be much more equipped to do stuff. I think this is a walk up, but yeah, I can share.
The kitchen is dirty and damp. The stairs are missing a few joints and smell of decay. The door on the
That's Garden Creeper.
is locked with a heavy iron padlock. The smell of spoiled wine clogs your nose with its acrid odor. You nearly trip on a bloodied, dismembered body in the center of this chamber. Beyond this door lies a room so unlike anything else you have seen in the house that you pause for a moment,
Alright.
taken aback. When you open this door, you're surprised to find someone staring at you, brandishing a sharp dagger.
Alright, did I get the timing wrong? No, timing was close.
I'll just have to stop you here then. You got
Go.
moves, I'll give you that. But there's a reason why they called me the Scourge of Satan. Whew. Where did you say you were from again? You're not just any brute. Those idiots set me up. The assassin falls to his knees. It's your lucky day. You get to watch Ned Sixshaft, the best assassin in these parts, die.
Let's reply.
You. With one last gasp, the assassin crumples into a silent heap on the musty wood flooring. Lanterns and supportive structures line this musty underground passage, suggesting the presence of human activity below.
How high, let's see, how high is Zeta now anyway? Oh, he's at cap now. Oh, there we go.
You emerge into containers lining its walls. More smugglers stack their goods alongside the other merchandise. A robed figure turns toward you.
Just hit our short-term buffs. Apparently I cannot speak tonight. Our short-term buffs.
The apparent leader of the smugglers glares at you. We can't let you leave alive, now that you've discovered our operation. You should have heeded our warnings and left this house while you had the chance. The wizard vanishes. With copies of the You'll be dead long before your attack strikes flesh, and the wizard doubles over in pain.
Oh, there we go.
How can this be? He asks in a pained voice.
Elemental avatars, not awful.
You strike him one last time. The remaining smugglers scramble out of the cavern.
Let's see, the question is which order to go from here.
Operation waits.
Because there are basically two ways.
In good time.
One is across basically clockwise or counterclockwise.
That should make up
And we'll head to tower.
promised.
Because it's right there. I can see it, so we're gonna go where we can see. I mean, I'm calling it tower, but because, you know, that's the landmark over there, the big tower, but really the quest is in the basement. So really I should have headed to Haunting first and done the ship on the way, but, you know, we don't always have max efficiency. Let's see. There's a rare spawn that can spawn here too, but we'll see if he's there. It's a bard of some sort. Nope, no bard. How about the giant? Is the giant on the top of the hill? He is. Hello, giant on top of the hill. Goodbye, giant on top of the hill. Ah. Right. I forgot that when you finish a quest, it takes down your LFM.
Long-abandoned tower stands crumbling on the hillside. The upper floors have long
This is why I often, instead of using the auto thing,
into the dark.
that I'll just post it myself and not do the auto, because that way it stays up in between quests. Unlike what just happened to us is that they were like, wait, you're full? It's like, no. It's like, oh, the LFM's down. It's like, ah, well, yes. That would make sense because we finished the quest. So it's like, ah.
To find the source of the strange sounds, the collapse here seems to have destroyed the mechanism built into the floor. Whatever it was.
Do we need to do the traps? Not really. But hey, might as well. Oh wait, we should do improved precise shot. We're not going to be standing still anyway. Fortunately, these levers are not like some that lock until you kill everything. You can pull them while stuff's still alive, assuming that, you know, the stuff isn't hitting you.
Several goblins scramble up in surprise as you enter the chamber.
There we go. Lever number 2.
A second flash of energy surges through the tunnels as another lever is pulled.
So it looks like there is another group that is behind us. So the person that was going to joined the other group and is like, we'll see if we can catch up. Spoiler alert. They are unlikely to be able to catch up unless we decide to dawdle a bit, which we might. There's no real point to like trying to ego this and see like, haha, we'll see how fast we can go so they can't catch up.
As the third lever is pulled, the barrier sealing the large
We'll go this way because it's slower. Now, my party mate might be wondering why we're going this way, because it is, after all, slower. But, you know, we're gonna give them a little bit of opportunity to catch up. Oh, I should finish my prior thought. So, like, there's no need to, like, ego do it as like, haha, I bet they can't catch up, when we could simply play it slow a little bit, and then have, like, 4 people in party instead of 2. Instead of 2 2-man parties, we could have 1 4-man party, and I think that is a better option overall.
Stop me now. My new creation will set the land ablaze. As the mage falls to the ground, the magic barrier sealing the room below fades.
Let's see. I mean, you could, but then you'd miss this one. So we're trying to trying to figure this out a little bit since we have a... Okay, so yeah, they've been in 7 minutes. Alright, so we're just holding on so we can merge parties here. Because quests are better with bigger parties. Ah. That is one way to do things. This is being awkward, mostly because the guy who's currently in this party kind of wants the quest that they're in currently because he missed that one because I did that one first, solo. So we've got some moving pieces going on. And sorry, I hit the microphone. Alright, let's just finish this one. Hi. Stop getting out of line of sight, you stupid horse. Am I worried about the damage? No, but the charge has a knockdown component.
And its flames flicker out. Now, to tell the villagers about what you found.
So we're gonna finish out. And I will move forward, and he will join up with them, and then the three of them can catch up with me pretty easily.
The abandoned tower stands crumbling on the hillside. The upper floors have long since collapsed. Stairs lead down. No one has
So I'm going to step into this one.
of Crapper's Cove for years, officially anyway. Rumor has it that some of the local smugglers use the shacks as a rendezvous point under cover of night.
Alright. So we are back to solo, and then the trio should be able to catch up to me pretty easily. Or they don't catch up to me and we end up racing solo versus trio. Which is not ideal as far as efficiency goes, but it can be pretty funny. And just a testament to how busted Inquisitive is. Assuming that they don't also have Inquisitives in their party. Hi, everybody! Ow, stop it. Classic ranged problems. People walk up to you and then you miss because your bullets go all haywire. Well, not bullets. Bolts in this case.
He says that the other captive was taken down through the basement and into a cavern.
Alright, this guy's right at the top of the stairs here, so we're gonna have to take care of them. you're putting fire damage over time on me. I see how it is. You want to keep me from pulling levers.
A door creaks open down on the main floor. Dank air wafts up from the lower level of the building. A musty smell permeates this part of the building.
Ah, here they are. Excellent. Everyone is together. Alright, that's a Reaper. Let's hit a cooldown, shall we? Oh, it's double carnage. So this is quite unfortunate. Or it would be if I didn't have enough space to run backwards and hit a cooldown. Because Reaper, or specifically Carnage Reapers... let's see. This is what sleeps below. Put a debuff on you that increases physical damage taken. And if there are 2 of them on you, hey, that's twice as fast the debuff stacking. Sorry, because it's not just a single debuff. It is a stacking debuff. The more times they hit you, the more damage you take. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There was one more in their party. There was Peter, and I think his name started with a V? Oh, Aviva, whatever it is. Oh, prayer wore off. Let's get that back, because that's a decent chunk of health. They say, oh, we're in. It's like, I'm not that far ahead of you. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh. Deflected. What is that? Skyborn, I think? Okay, I think we head right here. Actually, I think we head both ways, but in different orders. So we head through here, there's a group of guys ahead of us, and then we go to the left, where there's another group of guys. Ah, there he is. Do-do-do. Chaos. And you're dead. Excellent. Making progress.
Reading a book. The halfling tells you that members of the Brotherhood interrogated her in a nearby building. She fears that they're trying to summon...
I believe there's another lever in here. There we go. And I think there is then one lever to the other side. You know how, like, where we came up the ramp and I was like, I think we go right here and then left, or left and then right? Well, this is the other side. We already went to one of the sides. Now we go to the other one of the sides. Yep, Arborian. They are the ones that hit hard. Or rather, they are one of the ones that hit hard.
In the distance, and a loud thump reverberates through the cavern.
They are one of the ones that ignore a lot of defenses and also do a power up when they get low on health. Oh, I animation canceled my my cooldown. So you see that my no holds barred is on cooldown, but I don't have the no holds barred effect going. So that's just unfortunate for me. Hello, Fear Reaper. Goodbye, Fear Reaper. Still live long enough to put one dot on to interrupt things. Oh, hitting optionals? Oh, hey. So we have a repeater, we have someone using dire charge, I think that was? That's not how that's supposed to look. I don't know, that didn't used to look that way, so someone introduced the bug where they moved the gem somehow.
An angry form materializes inside the summoning circle.
Oh good, I bypass whatever damage reduction it has. I don't know what damage reduction it has, but whatever it is, I bypass it.
Don't tell me you bungled the ritual. Can't anyone in this backwater do anything right?
Oh, Plague Reaper.
A coffin lies in the corner of this dusty crypt, covered in arcane wards.
So you can't actually read that book unless you're... I don't know if it's good or specifically lawful good.
But you decide that there must have been a good
Techno Mage, again, not the best set,
best to let sleeping
but we'll take it. And now we have a group of 4 all together, moving forward.
No one has used the warehouses of Crapper's Cove for years, officially anyway. Rumor has it that some of the local smugglers
Alright, where are we headed? We're headed this way. If you're doing explorers, one of the explorers is the lighthouse over there. But another one is this big giant skeleton here.
A vast skeleton lies just below the surface of the water. You idly
Ah,
wonder
the other paladin is done for today.
years or centuries.
Cool.
Hastily erected fortifications surround a low entrance into the
I
hillside.
forget.
This is the lizard folk's new lair.
Alright, in the lizard folk lair. Oh, need to go back to AoE stance. Danger at the moment. Share.
A lizard folk calls to you from up ahead.
Lizard folk.
Parley with me, stranger. Our queen will wish to meet you.
The lizard folk queen wishes to speak with you in her throne room. Yet to get there,
Hello.
you need to make your way past an insurgent lizard.
You probably shouldn't open that door. It does not end well for you. Oh, Fury Reaper. So, this is one of the quests that the quest is fully explored when you walk in, so you can actually look at the map. Which is nice. Alright, once these guys stop attacking me, I'll show it to you. There we go. So, you know that we want to get to the Queen's throne room. So we just head due south and follow the path until we take a left. Also, I misspelled layer. I spelled it layer like a layer cake, not lair as in where some, like, thing lives. L-A-Y-E-R is not the same as L-A-I-R.
The lizard folk queen greets you.
Alright, we talk to the Queen. Queen opens passage.
We both face a threat that could destroy us all.
The lizard folk queen swears that she means no harm to the nearby village, but she faces a growing
Yeah, we'll lockpick this. There's really no point in heroic because it drops nothing of value, but at least in epics you can get filigree and stuff from it. Come on. Saw a couple dry fires there in a row. It's just like, would you like to hit the guy? No. Would you like to aim enough in the direction that you even get to roll to hit the guy? No. Alright, so we can't do this until we get crests. 2 crests. One is down here. So we navigate through this area. We're going to turn off auto-targeting for some of these. Just so that we can get better, improved precise shots. And if I need to target something, I'll just, you know, hard target. There. We'll just tab target if we actually want to target something. And if we're shooting for the crowd, then we shoot the crowd. Go. That's one. There, if you have high enough search, there is a key that's kind of stuck under that desk over there, which will unlock this chest. But instead, I just decided to lockpick it myself. Either way works. That's something that they've done a better job with in some quests than others, is having multiple ways to do things. Like, you could do it this way, or this way, which is really, I think, a good touch. Even though, like, we'll say stealth mechanics aren't great, the ability to use socials to get out of fights, the ability to have alternative ways to unlock things, like, you can bring a rogue, or, alternatively, you can maybe talk to this guy to get a key, or find the key somewhere, or so on and so forth. So, I do like when they put in the ability to have different ways of doing things. Ah, that's why. I was like, why can't I back up? It's like, oh. Because there's a group of guys behind me. That I somehow did not see. We took out that group of guards. Go. Crest number 2. Now we get to go backwards to where the crests are actually useful, which is all the way back here. These 2 things on the map you see are the sockets that you need to put them in. Also, I've noted that we only have 2 out of 3 people here, but the one who is not here said in chat that he is on his way. So, oh, hello. There we go. Now, I don't know if I have the stat check for this, but this is a wisdom rune. Low wisdom. Well, we'll do this way. It's not as good, because if you can use the rune, then the dimension door that opens goes straight to the what? Goes straight to the Queen's Chamber. So we can skip this part. But either way is fine.
says that the lizard folk are willing to ally with.
Alright, we'll follow this dude. If you don't know where to go, this dude actually shows you the way to the next section.
Speak with the three ambassadors from
You do not need to follow him. Like, this isn't a thing where, like, the NPC unlocks the door for you. This is just that, you know, if you don't know where to go, he shows you. So, if we want to, say, run ahead to where we see it marked on the map to the Eastern Caverns, then we can do that. So, to the Eastern Caverns, and that's where we're going. This fight can be tricky if you don't have like high enough damage.
but the ways
Fortunately, that is not a problem that we have.
this lizard folk carries a weapon dripping with acrid poison. These bad deals the rebel officer laughs and casts a spell that creates barriers.
We just want to try to take out some of the champions first. There we go. Take out the orange named. Excellent. Good progress. Alright. So that's one crest. Oh. Are there ones behind me? There are archers back there. And a warrior. Go figure. Oh hey, we're about to get like a full party. We can probably up the skulls if we get this many people joining.
The sub-chief tells you that one of the rebel officers has
Alright,
taken
so that's the one crest we just grabbed, is to get him out.
by barracks.
And now, we move along to the next section.
Folk rebellion finally focus on reclaiming their home.
Alright, they're making their saves against the Thunder armor, but fortunately, we don't care that much about the Thunder armor. So we're gonna go talk to the people first, and then we'll come back, because there's a couple things we need to come back for, depending on what they say. Oh, I didn't realize Buddy Bonus was running already.
Ambassadors from 3 different tribes await within this cavern. The Bullywugs, the Troglodytes, and the Sea Elves. The ambassador of the Troglodyte tribe has asked you to find his stolen necklace and deal with the thief.
Alright, so now we get to fight these guys.
Negotiations.
These guys are like, hey, we'll join you if you're strong. Let's fight about it. And there we go. Shouldn't have used the cooldown.
Sea Elf support in the alliance.
Alright, so we need to find the thief. And there's a couple places the thief can be. He can be in here, he can be over here, he can be here. I don't think he can be in there, so we're going to ignore that section for now. Nope, not in there. If he's in there, you can just, like, see him there. Not there. There we go. Oh, be smart. He should be in the first cell on the right or the second. There he is. Hello, Mr. Thief.
Thief collapses, dropping a carved bone necklace.
And there we go.
Turn this to the Troglodyte ambassador.
Alright, so we're up to 5. I see 4 dots. 4 dots on the map. So I think Psyche is not zoned in yet. So that's Peter, that's Zeta. Oh, 2 more dots over there. Excellent.
You've secured the Troglodytes' tribe support for the Alliance. Alarm bells ring out from the Central Ocean Grotto. As the lizard folk try to reconstruct the rebellion, they'll need your help to survive the attack. Just as you arrive,
We're just gonna stand still here and do our thing. After all, we have a whole party here. We shouldn't need to AoE. We have other people who can AoE. We'll get our full Archer's focus stacks and just obliterate things. That's good. We'll use a cooldown. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can up the difficulty. Ah, there's the raid captain. Let's see. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You have earned the gratitude of the lizard folk, outsider. Speak with me once more.
And he is
We must discuss.
in the dungeon, so he gets XP. Excellent. How'd and Psyche? Yep, they were our latecomers.
The lizard folk will stand together with your town. Together,
Alright.
send the Sahuagin invaders back into the sea.
It's going smoothly.
surround a low entrance
Oh,
to the hillside.
they already got that rare spawn.
This is the lizard folks' movement.
Alright, let's go up to R6. 6 seems good. Alright. So, get our buffs going. We'll make ourselves another set of bolts, just in case.
The creatures
And we'll swap to swim grazers.
they must be somewhere below.
What are the levels anyway? So Zeta is max, Peter is max, Pagier is max,
Beyond it,
and Psyche is 27. Okay, so, like, he's not at level cap, but when Saltmarsh was released, the cap was 30. So he's not that far off anyway. So, no big deal. 27 is plenty respectable. You've got your tier 4s on your, what is it? On your Epic Destinies.
the underwater cave opens
Oh, I hit the climb animation while I was going through my other animation,
lizard folk who hijacked the city.
so I didn't get it. That is kind of annoying. So what happened there is I hit No Holds Barred, and while I was doing the wind-up animation, I hit a ledge and it did the climbing a ledge animation, and that actually canceled my No Holds Barred. It ate the charge, it ate the cooldown, but I didn't get the effect. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Oh, that's a Despair Reaper. Where'd you go? There you go. Oh, there's a shaman there. And it's dead. Okay, so this one's a pretty easy one to solve. This one goes here, this one goes here, that goes there, that goes here. And then we just want this to not set off the red ones. And there we go. Everything's all set up. Okay, so the way that they're going is an optional. I'm going to, if they want to do the optional, excellent. More stuff for everyone. I'm going to take the main route forward. There we go.
You find the key to open the nearby door on the corpse of one of your defeated opponents.
And down we go.
Into the pool, you can see an underwater tunnel leading to the north.
Alright, so this quest up here. This chest up here has pressure plates surrounding it. Wait, is it only one? Oh, it's two. Okay. Okay, and we'll pick it. Shadow Strike rare. Unfortunately, I think it was reflex saves, so we don't really care that much.
Two sealed doors lead
I believe it's straight ahead that is the route to the end. There we go. And they have made it past their little side quest.
Lizard folk suddenly leap down from the
And you'll see that while I am able to mow down crowds on my own, it's way faster to mow down crowds when there are 5 of us here. Especially if I get unlucky and roll 1s. Because it's much less likely that we all roll 1s at the same time.
You can see a pile of crates matching the sailor's description on the other side of the room. As you approach the crates, you hear it.
And once again, I have accidentally canceled my my thingy. My what? Canceled my no holds barred by accidentally hitting a tumble, and the interruption cancels my other animation. I need to do that way less. Way less. What the hell? I thought I finished out. Did I interrupt myself? Apparently interrupting myself is going to be the theme of this evening. Maybe we'll get luckier this time. Oh, weird. I guess the wilderness area had crashed or something? So maybe it was a graphics bug? Like the first time we called, it was actually successful and I was in the wilderness area even though it showed me still in the quest. And then when I recalled the second time, it sends me to the tavern. Very odd. Oh well, we're headed to that big spire over there.
You idly wonder whether it's
There we go. And we'll turn this one in on the way. Doesn't matter if the rest of our party is ahead of us. We'll catch up.
The Sahuagin have captured the seaside
All right.
fortress from the
And good, they already entered, and they kept it on R6, because, well, why wouldn't they? We were doing alright with it. We even killed a Vengeance Reaper and buffed the boss and didn't die, so that worked out about as well as it possibly could.
Fortress shakes down to its foundation. Was that an earthquake or
Uh,
a form of sorcery?
yeah, just go ahead and distract some patrols.
Armed Sahuagin surround an alarm gong at the upper entrance to the fortress.
Excuse you. I was opening a door here. Having deflect arrows is really nice here when, like, everything's opening move is to throw a spear at you. Whoa, hello. That guy was unfriendly. Oh, interesting.
Construction tools nearby and new tile on the walls show that the Sahuagin are converting this old lizard folk fortress into their own territories.
So apparently the person usually goes the other way. I'm not sure why you would go the other way. The gate's on this side.
Captive lizard folk work on one side of this chamber, forced to renovate what was once their own fortress. Sahuagin soldiers fought
I saw a Reaper and I shot it, which is a bad idea because it was a Vengeance Reaper.
on their Sahuagin masters. The fortress shakes, and the water covering
And-
the floor rises slightly.
The Artificer in party has given me deadly weapons, so that's very nice. It's much better than my, like, not even greater elemental weapons. Wait, are they all dead already? Oh no. Just the remaining ones were ranged and didn't step into line of sight. It is nice to be able to still crit for 10k in R6. And that's not even counting the fact that a lot of my damage is add-on damage. Oh, it's a Demon Soul too. Good thing it got knocked down. Could have been a nasty piece of work if it stayed alive. Alright. Unfortunately, the entirety of my healing is 2 charges of Lay on Hands. Well, plus heal scrolls. If there's someone in party who can actually, like, do top-up heals on people, it is Zeta, because he's an alchemist. So he's got the heal vials. Oh, did they already do the puzzle? They did already do the puzzle. Excellent! We're even managing to split for more efficiency on R6.
The ground trembles, and the water rises once again. The Sahuagin must be using magic to sink the entire fortress.
Is this the one we want?
The ominous sound of Sahuagin chanting comes from a nearby room.
I don't think we care about this. Yeah, we don't care about this. Oh. Oh, that's right. The Artificer also has healing admixtures. Let's see. No guys here, right? Yeah. But there will be once we go through this door. So we preemptively hit our cooldowns. And we just shoot this way. Because there's guys who haven't loaded. Yeah, there they are. It's like...
The underwater breathing device pulses with magic power. You and your companions can now explore the deep water from the lower levels. An imposing figure commands the throne.
Ah, so he's got 160,000 health. That's not too bad. This is fine. Everything is fine.
Your next target is the High Priestess. She must be on the lower level.
Alright, and we already touched the shrine thing, so we have underwater breathing, which is vital for the next section. The quest won't even let you move forward unless you get it, because, well, the next section is underwater. So... there we go. And we just need to head south. And that's all we do here, is we head south. And there should only be like 1 or 2 groups of guys, because the option we chose at the beginning was for our secret agent person to distract some groups. Alright. Okay. And boss fight time.
The High Priestess has just arrived at the fortress's main entrance. Now, primary target.
You have 120k. And it goes away. And the water weird has, I don't know how much health, but a lot. Also hits for like 800 a shot.
Take the codex page.
There we go.
This evil artifact will be safer in the gatekeeper's hands.
And yeah, great XP for the one person in party who isn't level capped yet.
Able to invade
That is 8 minutes for
surrounding coastal
if he has like a tome and whatnot, over 200,000. So yeah, if you know the route through this quest to not get lost and do a bunch of side things, it's actually quite good XP, even in heroics.
For their invasion of the coast.
Hole. It is time for the hole. Yep, you know where the hole is because there's a road leading to the hole. All roads lead to hole.
A large hole leads down beneath the earth. Strange sounds and a stranger smell.
All right,
From the
R6 hole. This is a high difficulty hole,
You find yourself falling into a
which is of course the opposite of your mom.
be a challenge to find your way back to the surface.
Right, we should change stances again. We're no longer killing bosses. We are killing groups of guys, which means improved precise shot.
The passageway splits here, with forks leading north and south.
That's a Despair Reaper. That's a dead Despair Reaper. And we get to hit our cooldown. Walk in. And the big one gets knocked down and is very, very dead.
As you touch it.
Oh. And cat monks. So fast. Now, the whole thing about, like, needing to know the puzzle in this particular quest is kind of dumb, because every wheel, when it is turned to the correct position, makes a very noticeable tell. Like, it makes a noise, it makes a graphic. There is no, like, do I have the right combination? It's like, no. As soon as you hit the right button, it tells you it's the right button, so it's kind of odd in that respect. Alright. We managed to kill everything before the Vengeance Reaper, so that's nice. Alright, yeah. Lots of healing. That is a optional, so I'm gonna go just forward. And the party is full. Alright, yes. Red, yellow, blue triangle. Now these guys, who hit very, very hard, like unusually hard.
Up on a ledge above.
Fortunately, we hit harder. Red goes to yellow. Blue goes to triangle.
One of the guys are spouting from the pillars slows.
Right, red goes to blue. There we go. That, like, ding ding is what I was talking about. Oh, they're already ahead of me. So I guess I'll skip ahead and jump on this ladder. Now, I run into the same problem I ran into in a previous quest, which is that my speed item...
The flow of liquid to the waterfall slows and then stops, revealing a
Oh,
large
well, never mind. People are way faster than me. So they got the ladder down. Which makes things way easier on me. I no longer need the platform. Alright. Oh. Let's see, does anyone die to the Vengeance Circle? No? Alright. Okay. Everyone's here. Now we're just waiting for our 6 to zone in. Well, it might take her a little bit to run through the wilderness. Okay, so what do we have after this? So after this, we go up to the crocodile one, then we go over to the... excuse me. So from here we go to the crocodile one, then we go to the campfire one. And I believe that will be all of them. But yeah. I didn't realize it was a buddy weekend. I haven't kept up with the news. Which I suppose I really should keep up with the news, because I will be talking about news stuff on that podcast with Axel and a few others on Saturday. Oh wow, that is a huge group bonus. Alright, Allison is in.
The door opens to reveal a large bullywug. Opens wide. Presses the large door, and his smaller kin to attack.
He summons ads from the left once the he gets past a certain health threshold. It's a Famine Reaper that got summoned. Let's see if we can't nuke that. There we go. Oh, I guess he had a dot on him. Oh, Remnant back here. All right. And this one doesn't finish until you actually just walk in here.
A ladder leads up to the surface and out of the bullywug's lair. You've escaped at last.
Wild Hunt, not bad. I don't know if Dex is my first choice, but it
A large hole
exists, I suppose.
beneath the earth. Strange sounds and
Honestly, at this point, like, melee and ranged power are your first choices for pretty much everything. And, of course, Heart Seeds, because there's nothing else there that's useful to me, so might as well grab the Heart Seeds. Now, there used to be kind of an exploit in this next, the Crocodile one, where you could do the puzzles out of order. Like, if you positioned right, you could rotate them behind the force field. I've been in parties that did it. I never learned how to do it myself, and I think I saw something in patch notes a patch or two ago that said they fixed it. I forget how they phrased it, but I read it and I was like, ah, I know what that means. That's that exploit.
massive cracks in the mud lead to a dark
Alright,
darkness.
time for Thousand Teeth. Now this one, I think we'll go with our single target stance to start with.
Cave stinks of death magic.
There we go.
In that order. Judging from what you can see,
Because there aren't that many big groups of enemies in here. There's just like
giant
Sahuagin that spawn like 3 at a time. And then of course there's Thousand Teeth itself.
big ones. There are definitely some unpleasant things living in that water. Best we avoid this intruders.
So I have to be careful here with targeting because you never know how the refs are going to call it, and the rules on it are just really imprecise. But, sorry, wrong targeting. But in this case, we're referring to that I might accidentally start tagging barrels if we're not careful. I hit improved uncanny dodge, excuse you. Oh, someone else is solving the puzzle. Hooray!
Another wave of Sahuagin surged from the north.
Alright. Toss a little healing. We might take a little damage here, falling in the water. Yep. It's fine. Okay. Now this one is actually the dangerous one because the water weirds that spawn here can put a hurting on you. Where are they? I popped a cooldown because I thought they would spawn. There they are. I want to be on this side of the room.
Sahuagin's barrier
Oh,
then.
never mind.
The mage is now
We do it live. Fortunately, we have more than enough people to successfully do it live.
the beast is fully committed to the battle. The great crocodile
Hey, there we go.
shudders, then collapses into
And a red shrine, so Pajir can pick themselves off the floor. Oh, that's right. I didn't remember that I was actually really low on star fragments. I think it was down to like 6. And basically anything that you use a star fragment for is going to take 5. So I think I've gotten 2 so far this run. I don't even remember where you can get them besides Salt Marsh. Like, because Salt Marsh is, last I checked, the best way to get them by far. Ooh, someone got a crocodile maw. That's the necklace, right? Oh no, that's the hand wraps. Not that life drinking and vampirism are very good at cap. Like, the ability to drain... Alright, let's see, how much was that? Oh no, that's the tooth. Alright, crocodile maw. Yeah, it's like healing for 3d6, or sorry, 3d2 might be useful at level, 10-ish, but at level 34?
you awake.
It's like,
Filled with shouts and screams. Then you realize it wasn't a dream.
well, it is on hit, not on crit, so it would be useful.
Short distance to the south. You shake off your slumber
Oh, that is a...
and away into the fog.
So someone in party said the first time that they did that quest, the one with the crocodile, first thing they did was they went for the breakables bonus, which is not a good idea, because if you're not familiar with that quest, there are things in the water, things that will attack you, and basically you take damage for stepping into the water. So starting off the quest with breaking all the stuff you can jump on top of to stay out of the water is less than ideal, we will say. Oh, there's an Borean over there. If you'll excuse me, would you like me to land any shots, please? Weird. I wonder if it was just lag or just
The smuggler
AoE being janky.
Sahuagin had built several other shrines nearby. The closest one is just to the southwest.
Did I say AoE being janky? I meant ranged being janky, but AoE is also janky. There's a lot of jank in the game in general.
Two injured
But
fisher folk
I like it.
at the foot of the Sahuagin shrine, which pulses with evil energy. There it could stop. The first shrine collapses beneath your blows. Then you hear the sound of creatures running in from the
Okay. Now, this one, you can actually see where stuff spawns because it comes out first as red dots on the map. If you'll note the mini-map here, or I can actually pull it up. Yeah, see? Red dots. Sometimes they take a bit to fade. Or no, that one just, I was out of draw range for it, so it was still there, but I couldn't see it. I blame all the mists and fog in this area. Which is a lovely and a traditional way of excusing your draw distance in games, is just make there be in-game fog everywhere. I believe that's how some of the old Resident Evils justified it as well. It's like, why can I not see anything? It's like, well, there's a thick fog in place. And that means that you can't see anything. And that also means we save on our rendering.
The second shrine falls to pieces. Sahuagin forces rush to
Okay, wave number 2, incoming. Alright, Alright, so we got one hit off and one hit hurt. Alright, that was definitely lag that time. That's a Plague Reaper. Fortunately, someone else killed it for us. Soulless Champion. Ooh, Paralyzed proc went off. Very convenient. Remnant chest. I think that's the last wave? Yeah. Oh, someone pulled the optional. Not that that's too big a threat. We hit a cooldown. We wreck him. No big deal. And I think this has like filigree and crafting mats in it. Yeah, there we go. Ultimate Fury. Not that I think people run Ultimate Fury as a main. I don't actually know if people use it as a swap either, because I don't remember the mechanics of it. Like, I don't remember if you keep the strength, like, if you put it on and then you rage, and then you take it off. Like, I don't know if you still have the strength. Is there another one over here, or is that just a red dot that's stuck? It's a red dot that's stuck. Oh, that's a Hero's Soul. We should probably kill that one early. Or at least crowd control it. It appears that someone tripped it, which is nice. Let's see. Is that the last wave, or is there one more? Looks like the answer is one more. All right, we're good to go. We're moving on. The auto-targeting is getting the vases before it'll actually let me hit these. What is that? Famine? That's Despair. Despair gets to go away. Because Despair put up a stacking debuff, and we don't want a stacking debuff. In fact, not only do they put up a stacking debuff, they put on a stacking buff for enemies. It's like enemies get extra... I know it saves, I don't know what else it is. And you get minus defenses of some description. I forget which ones. Oh, there was a fear in there somewhere. And there we go. That's Saltmarsh cleared. Keeper of the Curse. Charisma. Which makes sense for that one. Well, yeah, pretty clean. And people are getting some gear out of it, and people are getting filigrees, all that good stuff.
It looks as though many travelers have used this campsite to pass the night over the years.
Oh, let's see. What have I not done? We could do Vecna. So, Vecna or Feywild, I believe. Oh, oops. Accidentally got the wrong ones. And we need to clear up a little bit of inventory space, because for some reason these rewards don't actually get merged with other stacks in your inventory. Like if I have 100 in my bag and I get 2, I don't have 102 in my bag. I've got 100 in the bag and 2 like just floating in my inventory somewhere. See? So But if we manually tell the bag to gather, it'll grab all the stuff. Get us some inventory space back. Do. And Epic Saga. Let's see. We already have a Spark of Logic. We have Rings of the Kraken. Like, that's no big deal. We want our cards. Also, we could have gotten Star Fragments, but we'll take cards. Gather. And you know, we got a little bit of Reaper XP in the deal. So let's take a look at things that we have not run yet. Yeah, so we haven't done... Well, there's a bunch of raids here, obviously, that we haven't done. We haven't done Myth Draenor in Epic, besides Portal to Below. As you see, it says Elite, not Epic Elite, so we did it in Heroics. There's the new ones, which is the Covered Culvert. And Darkness and Light, which is in Waylu. Is that one of the new ones, or the almost new ones? Catastrophe. Oh, I didn't even realize that had a legendary version. Go figure. But yeah, I think we'll go to Vecna. Guild Airship. I think Guild Airship is the right way, because we can go straight from there to Sharn. Alright. Because there's a lot of Vecna gear I don't have. So hopefully we'll just passively accumulate some here. Vecna Unleashed. Turn the page. We'll go down to 4 again. Actually, how much do I have for... Yep, I got plenty of ammo. Don't need to make more. Now, these quests I don't know as well, so we're gonna see if I end up dying. It's much more possible here than it was some of the other places.
The librarian suddenly grabs the book. What? No, I won't let him do that to you.
Dramatic knockdown.
Together, before he gets here. A burst of powerful magic knocks you down. When you find your feet again, you see that the librarian has run off with the Codex of the Infinite Planes. Or has the Codex run off with the librarian? Don't try to stop us! We command the power of the planes! Here's a page out of the Feywild to slow you down! Summon Fey appear and spring to the attack. The librarian snatches the loose Codex page the gatekeeper was guarding. Look! One of the pages that was cruelly torn from you! What's that? There are more! Oh, we must find them! The librarian stops in the tracks, completely absorbed.
Wait, did they not spawn until I move forward?
The gatekeeper desperately tries to get your attention.
Okay, so we do need to talk to them before the next thing happens.
Down. I cannot see them. Don't get away. She runs off, searching for more codexes.
Alright, yep. So we had someone drop. Actually, we had most people drop, just because, you know. Normally, after you run a saga, people have things to do. Not everyone's up for running multiple sagas in a row. Which is perfectly reasonable. Which is why we dropped the difficulty down. so that we didn't end up trying to do something that was much too far out of our league.
They're still after us.
Hero Soul?
More summoned creatures. And, to your astonishment, the magically warded librarian makes her escape by crashing through the window.
Let's see, we get shades now?
Bringing creatures from other planes doesn't stop you. Then we'll send you to other planes instead.
The librarian summons
So these you definitely can't improve precise shot on. They're like on the ground.
brains from the world as you are pulled into the shadow cloud.
Alright, so there we go. Oh, I never noticed like these black cloud effects here. That's kind of cool. So yeah, no, they hurt a little bit. Don't want to be just taking hits from them willy-nilly. There we go. Oh, and we get to get out of the Shadowfell.
Back? To the abyss with you. Why not? And the plane of water, too.
You suddenly find
Alright,
yourself
we will do the optional here.
as if you've been transported to the elemental plane of water in the wink of an eye.
Oh, line of sight issue. Now the Demon Soul gets to attack and almost one-shot our party mate here. What? Why did it not? Oh, he was out of line of sight. This rock has a stupid amount of line of sight blocking. Oh, he's a healthy boy, isn't he? Really? Severe stunning blow. Just straight up here, take this 6-second stun. That's rough. Fortunately, Deflect Arrows is putting in a lot of good work here. Oh, not even filigree. It's okay. Wait, no, that's Greater Restoration. We need Resurrection. And a heal scroll while we're at it. I think the way here is straight ahead. But this is like kind of a pseudo maze thing. And I never like exactly figured it out. Now, the thing about the like multi-shot ice attack that these things do is that it is actually not an evasion or not a reflex save, it's a con save. Which means that evasion does not help you. You don't take like reduced damage because of evasion, because evasion only works on things that are reflex saves. So it's a nasty surprise for those of you who are used to like fighting fire elementals that do things like cast fireball and you take no damage because haha evasion. And then the water elementals come out and it's just like, well, about that.
The lecturer says you can take the codex page she was using as a prop.
Now, I think we need to go to the other side too. I'm not 100% sure. We might as well. Okay. And now my eye itches for no apparent reason. Be gone, eye itch. Be gone. This way? I'm pretty sure this is a shrine through this door. Or maybe it's an optional. Right, it is a shrine. It's good to have doors to shrines open, just so that in case you die, you can walk through as a ghost. him? I think we got him.
Alarmed, Foxpaw urges you to take the codex page he was studying.
Okay. Making progress. This quest is a little bit longer than the ones that we were running earlier, but that's just how things go sometimes. Some quests are faster than others. And I think this is the right way?
You're not sure what this desolate place will take. Judging from the demon population, it's probably some layer of the abyss.
Okay. The only thing I know here is that you need to be careful to not... Oh. There we go. You don't want to step into that one. You want to go to the one all the way at the end. And also that there's an optional down there that I'm ignoring. And I seem to have pulled the guys from the other side, which is fine. No big deal. Where's our... Oh, did they fall? I think they fell. Oh well. Fortunately, that's not too big a challenge down there. You just have to get across the rocks to get back. If he asks for help, I can go back and help him. Or maybe I'm the one who needs help, as I like stand there. It's like, I have deflect arrows. It's like, yeah, deflect arrows is like 1 every 6 seconds, not 6 every 1 second, as they all throw stuff at me immediately. Alright, we go this way first, and then we come back here for the boss fight. Flameborn. Not a challenge for this build. But they do have death block, so if you're on like an insta-kill build, that is one of the types to look out for. Because, well, it has death block. So you will not be able to just finger it. You need to actually kill it with damage. It does not, however, have like Mind Blank or Enchantment immunity. So you can still hold it. All right. There we go. 250,000 health. No big deal. Very, very good damage cooldowns on Inquisitive. Well, I suppose improved inexorable advance is,
The librarian is now completely engrossed in her dialogue with the evil artifact.
for all of them.
That's 100 leagues away. Show me the pages near where I am. We haven't much time before he arrives.
There we go.
The codex pages
So where was I? Oh, yes. So
immediately draws the
the inexorable advance is,
over there.
of course,
More of your pages.
available to any ranged build, not just Inquisitive, but Inquisitive makes very good use of it, we'll say.
Flickers to life as you pull the switch, breaking the codex's hold on the librarian. Whoa.
Heart seeds.
What am I doing out here? Why is the codex in the library? While this crisis is over, it's clear you'll
Alright,
need
Grand Theft Orion. Now, this is a quest that I tried to farm last life, and I was going to say it didn't go well. Like, the farming went fine, it's just that we didn't get the drops that we wanted. So, this quest I do know slightly better.
The Tower of Orion looms ahead, its polished white stone exterior gleaming in the night sky. Your informant, Alfred Rohr, waits for you before the stone gate. He silently beckons.
So, I was doing that farming at a relatively low difficulty because, well, that's what that build could handle.
Floor of the tower.
This build can handle higher, so we're going to be going a bit higher.
Guards while you search. Remaining hidden will make it easier to search for the inkwell. Climbing up above the guards will give you a place to hide.
Alright,
By using
and
the
off we
hit
go.
points you will find up in the rafters, you can stay above and out of sight. You find a pipe at the base of
Now,
this
the
wall.
problem
The
is,
grate is locked tight.
as with I've mentioned for other quests where we're going to be doing
Tug on the
platforming,
grate and it springs open.
that unfortunately
Passageway
I have a Featherfall item
out of the
and I have a speed
to a
item,
kitchen in the basement.
but the problem is
Find a room
they're in the same slot, so I can't have both at once.
the elevator takes you to
So we're going to be doing our platforming without Featherfall,
likely in
which
the
is
back
fine.
halls of
It's
the
sometimes
basement.
faster that way anyway.
To one side, you spot a small door through which you can hear the low rumble of voices.
But at least I know my way around this one.
Find a way to avoid confrontation. You open this grate into a cramped vent. You emerge from the vent. And
Now, fun
find
fact,
yourself above a large
a lot of these
room
gaps
decorated as
you
a
can actually
space.
just straight up run across if you have Featherfall and you're floating. Like these. You can just run between them. Like if you pick the closest point, you don't need to jump
To no avail.
at all.
Judging by the keyhole
You just
inside,
hold down
you'll
W
need to find a key
and
to
it
get
works.
inside.
Now, I don't know if, like, all you need is Featherfall, or if you also need to be floating, because I was in the Shadow Dancer mantle.
You spy a small vent
So,
above the lounge, marked
that
with a
is
large purple crystal.
a question.
The security construct flashes and a booming alarm rings out. Intruders, deploying reinforcements. You hear muffled voices as more guards teleport into the surrounding rooms.
Well, so much for the optional. Oh well. Both people in party are,
Pillars flanking the walls upward.
are at level cap, so the optional really doesn't matter that much.
A murmur of voices rises from further down the hall. A configuration of
Oh,
light
never
bulbs
mind.
blocks your path. They hum with magical energy.
Now those traps are reflex saves. So having evasion means I do not care.
Surely it must lead inside the
This is the hint to the puzzle coming up. The puzzle coming up is actually not that complex.
Find a small silver
It's
key atop
it's
this
really just not. So you go through there, grab that key, come back here. That key opens this door.
The metal grate creaks open as you slide.
I don't know why they suddenly ran that way, but I'll take it.
You find a lever contained within walls of magic
1,
energy.
2, 3,
At its base is
4,
a dim
5,
purple
6,
matching the crystal marking the vent in the lounge.
7, 8. That's right.
Other levers are fixed against the back.
The answer to that puzzle is step on every tile one time.
The red lever.
It's very complex. Very tricky. You need a very high IQ to understand the push every button one time puzzle. This one is likewise not difficult, but it's just a little bit time consuming because of how many times you have to turn the mirrors. Because there isn't anything really to figure out because there's only one path. Like each mirror only points at 2 other mirrors. So you just make it point at the only 2 that it can point at the same time, and that's the solution. It's not like some other puzzles that are a little bit more complex. And like, you could take it other ways, and there are ways to get it wrong and point it the wrong place. No.
A booming alarm rings out as the guard pulls the lever.
No. This one is just like,
Reinforcements.
there is only one path that the lights can take.
As more
Just keep clicking on the lasers until it has taken it.
the beam of light
And so we did.
strikes its target.
And so we get to pull this lever. And so we get to advance the quest.
Guarding the lever sputter to a stop.
We appear to have green dungeon alert.
Pedestal lights up.
It appears that people have fallen off of
Vent in
things.
the lounge has been opened.
I'm not too concerned unless they try to pull higher dungeon alert. Well, I shouldn't say try to pull. Unless they end up pulling higher dungeon alert. Alright, you're aggroed, so killing you should help reduce the alert. Alright, where is everyone? Unfortunately, I can't tell where people are because all of the checkpoints have people icons on the map. Okay. I have a Fear Reaper dot. Oh, there it is. Oh, now we have Dungeon Alert orange. That is not ideal. I don't know where that's coming from, but we will need to be more cautious. Oh, and now it's red because I pulled this room. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. But yeah, so this quest isn't that bad once you know it, but again, that's kind of a terrible standard. It's like...
Of the mage's experiments line the walls. This door has been bolted shut.
Alright, well, I wasted a cooldown. Oh, never mind, I didn't completely waste it. I still had a few seconds left. That's Famine Reaper. If you could just, like, not bob up and down like you're just floating in the sea, that would be great.
Inside this room, you see more tools for the mage's experiments. And the cages stand open.
I was gonna say I don't know how they aggro through the wall, except I stopped to think about it for a moment, and I know how they aggro through the wall. The answer is a Reaper, because Reapers can see you through doors, and Reapers alert everything around them to the fact that they found you. So when they're like, hey, I found a thing, then all their friends join in, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna help you eat that thing. Alright, so we're dealing with a little bit of difficulty in that we kind of just have a passive green dungeon alert going, which means every time we pull stuff to advance, we're going to end up pulling a higher dungeon alert. So that is going to be a problem. Well, I don't know exactly how much of a problem it's going to be. It's going to be at least an annoyance, even if it's never rises to the point of, like, actual problem. But especially if it's, like, stuff that I might want to, say, kite, the fact that anything that gets within range to melee is going to automatically slow is a little bit problematic. I'm trying to think if there are many places in the quest where that is a thing. I don't think there are.
To the top floor. The Inkwell of Orion must be somewhere up
I don't know
above.
what's down that way. Maybe it's a shrine. But this is the way forward to progress the quest.
You exit the elevator.
Right, we're now at yellow alert.
The Inkwell of Orion must be
Ah,
close by.
that's not a that's not a shriner optional. It's a shortcut. Good. I did not know that. But yeah, just hanging out with baseline yellow alert is, we'll say, not ideal.
powerful magical artifacts.
So I don't know where Small Pebbles and Zeta Blaster are. Presumably they're killing things, because Dungeon Alert is going down. So that's a good sign. This is a very steep thing. I'm pretty sure that, like, this isn't ADA approved. Can't imagine someone wanting to take their wheelchair through that. That'd be a kind of a harrowing experience, really. Oh, Small Pebbles has made his way here. And we're down to green Dungeon Alert.
You open the door to find a
All
maze
right.
of scarlet light beams that divide the room into a maze.
Right. Now, we were being a little bit, we'll say, carefree about this before, because we were, well, by before I mean last life. But it's a little bit of a different beast once you increase your difficulty to R4, because the walls hurt a lot. Also, the sentries hurt a lot. Oh, you can just do that through the wall. Good to know.
You see a large ritual circle on the floor and a barrier of light beams. Beyond
Alright, we have 2 charges of No Holds Barred.
the inkwell of Orion. A voice rings out as you step over the threshold and into this chamber. Scanning. Unauthorized personnel detected. Commence final defense. You hear a low rumble as something teleports
Alright,
into the room.
when do they spawn? Now?
Mages have summoned a horde of demons, and they are out for blood. More enemies materialize before your eyes.
Alright, summon Brock. Alright, our cooldown faded.
Rock and its
Hey,
fall to the ground.
we didn't die.
With the guardians
Well,
gone,
not all of us.
the final barrier blocking the inkwell sputters out. Your path is clear at last.
How long do we have on...
Carefully
Oh,
tuck the
good.
inkwell
Ready
of
for
Orion
Ace.
into your pack. Now to escape the tower before anyone notices its absence.
There we go. Excellent.
You emerge from the tower into the fresh night air. Inkwell in hand, you're ready
Well,
to return
once again,
to Morgrave
the
University
quest
and
does not
deal
like
with
me.
the Codex
And will not give me what I want. I forget what I wanted from this. It was either armor or a cloak. But that's fine. We will move on to the next quest, because there are many more quests to do.
You've traveled down to the foundations of Morgrave University's tower to deal with the Codex of the Infinite Planes. You plan to use the Inkwell of Orion to erase the artifact's evil intelligence. You apply the magical ink to the Codex. The massive tome suddenly begins to shudder and shake. Then the book settles into an eerie silence.
Excuse me.
But before you can congratulate yourself on your success, a chilling laugh fills the room. The Codex. There was always something for me. Now it is within my grasp. Thank you, hero, for leading me to it. Its power is exactly what I require for my plans.
Alright.
Even rob the Codex of its troublesome science.
Excuse me.
For a
Ooh.
In return for this service, I offer some advice. Free this tower immediately. My underlings are conducting a ritual that will bring
Alright, how
trouble
long until the
into
barrier
the
comes down so that we can advance, eh?
Think of Morgrave's destruction as a message to this arrogant city.
Yeah, I have something to report.
The Codex vanishes. The ethereal form of Vecna remains. Curious to see how you react. The answer is obvious. Even the universe power will die if you go back now.
Alright, we are on the right stance, yes? Yes, we are piercing shots. Well, improved precise shot, but we're shooting through things. That's the important part. Diamond Reaper. Very good.
Portal blocking your path fades away.
There we go. A little bit of top-up healing between pulls. And which one was the one where they just like...
Another
Oh,
portal
here we go.
comes to life, and a massive bellow echoes.
Yeah. We're just gonna hit cooldowns and melt you. We probably should have used improved uncanny dodge just because someone else is getting the lever. I don't know if the levers are actually required or not. Or if they like open up optionals back that we already passed. Because I've never backtracked to where those barriers are that had the extra crystals next to them. Presumably, because there are crystals there,
There are students unaccounted for.
they can be opened, but I've never done so, personally. So, I don't actually know for sure if they are there for, like, for real or for decoration. Okay, so the only thing up top is a student, and it's only optional to get the students. Alright, that's a Plague Reaper. That's fine. We kite it out, we shoot them from afar, everything's good. Feel the grip of the hidden hand just isn't doing it as a battle cry. It's like, well, you're not very hidden right now are you? And I suppose feel the grip of the hidden hand could be like, haha, we are sneak attacking you. We were hidden, but now we are not. And that is how we are the hidden hand. And it's like, well,
Coming from the
don't really
front
care.
electoral.
And let's see. What's around the corner? It's Nothix. Also known as Hi, we would like to do a lot of force damage to you. See, I think these are optional, like only if you want to save the students or if you need a shrine. But I don't know for sure, because I haven't run Vecna that often. Well, of course, some of them are hiding the hidden hand. Oh, remnants. Very nice.
A portal materializes, releasing a swarm of dredges.
Yeah, that is a swarm of dretches. Okay. Ooh, Carnage. This is a shrine door, I think? No, guess not. The decorative weapons are, of course, not just decorative. Why would they just be decorative? Of course, they have to attack you. After all, this is DDO. Everything has to attack you. That's just how it is. If it can move, it will attack you. If it can't move, it can attack you from range. No matter what it is, there will be a way for it to somehow hunt you down, injure you, kill you, or otherwise impede your progress. But, yet, we continue. Go. I think we just head straight, or is straight the shrine room and right is the way forward? No, straight forward is the way forward.
Halo addresses the Archmage conducting the ritual.
Complete the ritual. Have your underlings deal with me.
Okay. 300k, eh?
Archmage calls out,
Oh, come on now. These things are actually pretty darn healthy. Ooh, 25k. That must have been a triple shot.
the ritual and saved Morgrave.
Because we are still on R4. We did drop it down from R6, but
By a monstrous
we still have a decent chunk of
rule, the Balor
reduction going on.
surprise. Balor is with a large red dragon. Unable to defeat
The dragon with a nice hat.
teleports away. The dragon looks rather pleased with itself. You suddenly realize it's wearing a familiar green hat. The dragon turns out to be the trickster god, the Traveler. He
Let's see, what is
congratulates you
this?
on saving Morgrave and invites you to help him
Shining
defeat
Reliquary
Grimgor.
Bow. Yeah, we'll take it. It's food. The Shining Reliquary weapons just aren't that impressive. But they are good food. Also, you know, they've been lapped by Myth Draenor stuff. And they weren't going to compete with Dino-crafted weapons anyway. But, you know, maybe they're good for some use that I don't know, but if they do have a use, I don't know it. Hello, need more chai. Welcome in. If you weren't here earlier, you missed Saltmarsh, but you are in time for Vecna. Oh, there is a lot of running in this one.
At the entrance to a training camp for the Lord of Blade soldiers. The agreed upon meeting place for your conversation with Doris.
What's the philosophy in game design of gear that is objectively worse than other gear? Is the expectation to use the less optimal gear until you get the optimal gear?
By some blade form.
That depends on the accessibility of the gear.
Clearly, she
Like,
has risen in the
sometimes
ranks since coming to the Mournland.
that is definitely the case. In that, you know, maybe it takes 5 minutes to get the less optimal gear and 5 hours to get the optimal gear. In which case, yes, you are definitely expected to use the worst gear until you can get better gear.
Free across the glass plateau.
The other way is that sometimes there's gear for various different uses. It's not as often a thing because there's almost always a, we'll say a bias towards the, towards damage, basically. Now, but as far as, like, gear besides weapons, for example, there's often going to be good reason to be like, okay, well, these pieces of gear are the same level, but this has trade-offs. Like, this is more defensive and this is more offensive, depending on how you want to play it. Or this is good for this type of build versus that type of build. But your question was about objectively worse gear. And sometimes the answer is just like power creep. Like, this gear used to be good, but it's been outclassed, and that's just a thing that happens. But ideally, nothing should be outclassed on release. That said, that's not always the case. And one reason why you might be okay with something being, we'll say, outclassed on release is if the previous release you made stuff too good. Because then the cost of making sure that the next release is relevant is a lot of extra power creep. And depending on how fast you want to power creep your game, maybe that's not ideal. Maybe it's just like, well, dino weapons are overtuned, but we don't really want to make Vecna stuff so much better, like, because we've already had power scaling issues in the past. I don't know exactly how long you've played, but for example, there used to be, like right now, the most you can get to a single stat for a single item is, I think, 16? It used to be that level 29 stuff gave, I think, 22 to a stat. So, but they did a stat crunch to kind of flatten out the gearing curve. Because even now, you get a huge power spike getting to level like 29 or 30 to put on gear. But before, it was even more severe because just like the max stats you could have on an item also took a huge jump at the same time. Like, you'd go from your, I think it was plus 10 with the gear you get from Keep on the Borderlands to like plus 22 for the artifacts at 29 and 30. So that is a, that's just a, it's like, well, we're okay with this release being a little weaker in order to not power creep. And we'll let some of the other gear be upgrades. Now, it's not as much of a thing in DDO, but another reason is going to be 3124. Got it. Left to right. But another reason is fashion. Sometimes the weapons just look better. Or sometimes they're niche. Like, no, I suppose that isn't objectively worse. Or perhaps, like, it's objectively worse 95% of the time, but there's like one or two builds that really want that change. Or that set of stats, for example. And this can be true for stuff with like weird hybrid stats. Like, why would I want caster and melee stats? Like, that's not a thing. Like, well, maybe it is a thing sometimes for some people, but just not very many. Because that's another thing to be taken into account is difference in playstyles. Because, and this is something that I have to keep in mind when I think about, you know, DDO and how it plays and like the pluses and the minuses and whatnot. Which is how I play DDO and how some other people play DDO is not the same thing. Like, there are lots of people who play DDO who never step into Reaper at all. Or a Sunflask build? Look, he knew the Sunflask build was bad. Like, that was the point. Like, I have also made builds that were deliberately weak. Well, not deliberately weak. More like, as strong as I could make them within certain restrictions. Like, I'll use an example. I made a... I forget if it was single or double weapon fighting. I made a melee imbue warlock when they made that a thing.
A cluster of floating stones hovers above
What was it? 3124? 3, 1, 2. Up the U. Stay. Okay.
The last stone glows as it hovers into place,
Alright.
opening a passage to the west.
To the west. To the west. West is left. There we go. Yeah, I'd say that the max-min build is an accurate representation. But yeah, so that build, which oddly enough, when I was planning it out in the builder, the file name that I saved it as was EK but worse. EK standing for Eldritch Knight. Because nothing this build does, it does better than a standard Eldritch Knight kind of build. It's it simply didn't. But I wanted to see how it would work. So I did. And it worked better than expected. But, you know, still not great.
When it notices you, the massive form lunges forward.
I'm just going to sit here shooting the thing.
The golem melts into the lava and disappears.
Excellent. Going down. I was going to hit Inexorable Advance, but I was like, wait, no, this isn't the last boss. This is one of those quests that feels like multiple quests. Because, this whole section feels like a quest. There we go. And then the next section also feels like a different, separate quest.
Lord of Blades camp with a satisfied iron defender in tow.
Turning in this here, this
You return the iron
would normally be
after a successful day training on the glass plateau.
if the quest ended right there, and this thing with the Lord of Blades was the next quest in the chain, that would also make a lot of sense.
Opens a portal to the Lord of Blades' current location.
But, you know,
Up my end of the bargain, but it's not my fault if he obliterates you for daring to impose. Until we meet again.
alright, off we go.
Rumbling chants could be heard issuing from further down this barren canyon. It's likely the Lord of Blades soldiers training.
Alright, hello Lord of Blades.
The army of the Lord of Blades soldiers bows under the scorching
To the
sun.
west.
The Lord of Blades himself presides over them.
Bark and Blade,
Before
share.
a metal throne.
But yeah, the first part, that's guide the guy through, and it has a bunch of, one kind of enemy.
And manufacturing nearby.
And then we have this part, which is, go through the manufactory with a whole different set of kinds of enemies. It's it feels like a different quest.
Forge renegade speaks in his steely
Fear and Carnage. Oh, never mind. Let me correct that. Double Carnage.
Whatever is inside belongs to the Warforged alone. He directs you towards your destination. A corridor to the west. The inside of this
I
manufacturing
forget if the
smells
thing at the end
chemicals.
requires you to actually read the thing or not. Because there's a secret code that's 3124, I think.
Cover the facility's secret.
But I don't remember if you have to actually hit the quest trigger to tell it to you, or if you can just enter it in separately and it works. Because different quests operate differently for that. Sometimes if you, the player, know beforehand, then you can just kind of do it. And others, you need to hit the quest trigger, otherwise it doesn't count. Okay, so it is nice to have at least someone who's willing to go in melee, so I don't have to. Because I am a ranged character. I much prefer to play at ranged. It's just that if no one else is going forward, I will go forward.
More hidden hand cultists wait in this room. This is trusted by an iron defender. They scavenge for the room. The iron defender collapses in
There we go. Now there should be a big passage to the left, maybe? Or am I like a couple rooms early? Here we go. So this is the one that you need to say the passcode at.
You find a locked door. It seems to require a spoken passcode to open. Stationary gears line the walls of this chamber. You see the plaque containing the door's passcode.
So I don't remember this puzzle, but apparently other people do. Also, I hit a cooldown because I thought there was a fight in here, and there is not. Were people just rotating these randomly? Wiki time!
Off
The
for
second
adult-
set of wheels clicks into place.
61952.
Opens the door in the hall. The door grows open.
There we go. So this is the shrine room that we will not be using, because there's only one more fight. And it's in this room, yes?
You enter the room, only to find another group.
Oh no, they have a speech! I'm wasting time on my cooldowns because they were going to talk to me for a while.
Long lost weapons. One of the cultists calls out as you approach.
I lost most of mine cooldowns. Oh well. We'll have to just rely on the rest of our team doing things. And the fact that we still have decent damage, even without our cooldowns. Nowhere near what we have with the cooldowns, but, you know, can't all be winners.
The hidden hand intruders dealt with. You may return to the Lord of Blades to receive what you are owed.
Is Jenna in? Where are we?
The Lord of Blades raises his fist.
There we go.
A vow has been made. When the time comes, I will render my
Sometimes you just gotta count dots on the map and be like, okay.
destiny until then lies squarely on
Legendary Core of the War Machine.
You have struck
Huh,
a deal
neat.
with the Lord of Blades. Now to return to Moorgrave and continue your preparations against
Alright. Ooh, sorry about that. That probably came to the mic pretty loud. That was the chair creaking. Or popping? Cracking? It's making noises. We're just chilling, cruising through R4s. $2,500 neat? 2,500 what?
A figure in a familiar hat stands next to a nondescript door. He gestures for you to join him. The traveler requests that you
Oh, Reaper
speak to
XP.
Lady Ilmero's assistant, while they speak to Lady Ilmero in private. The assistant tells you that you may join Lady Ilmero in the office. As you enter the office, you see the traveler having a conversation with a shadowy form. This must be Lady Ilmarrow. She glares at you as you approach. The unexpected sound of shouts comes from the room you were just in. Intruders! To your amazement,
All right,
Lady
off we go.
Ilmarrow emits a burst of deadly magic that cuts down the intruders. Her shape changes. How dare they enter here? How dare they make demands of me? Let this be a warning to all who follow this insolent new god. This is no ordinary elf. This is the legendary lich, Lady Vol. Take this portal. It will bring you
Okay,
closer to
Remnant.
Know that it will take belief to bypass its wards and claim it for yourself. You emerge from it and find yourself
somewhere in the Greywell district.
All right, and we have a full party. Very nice. I do like how they encourage people to group up by having the party bonus. Now that said, most people actually no. I was about to sit and make a statement, but there was a large problem with it, which is that I was going to say, most people will group up pretty readily, except that is an inherently biased statement, because the people that I see are the people that group up. The people that never group up, well, I never see them. So how would I know how many there are? It doesn't make any sense. This is, what is the right term for it? I believe that is selection bias. Wherein you're biased just by, like, the ones that you see, or the ones that you looked at. Like, oh, oops. This was the optional. That's fine, though. Oh, looks like an ad is started for those on Twitch, unless they have, like, Twitch Turbo or a subscription or something. Now, normally we would want to pause gameplay while ads are running, but as I just mentioned, as I was happy, we have a full party, and I'm not going to ask the full party to wait a couple minutes while ads run, so... For single-player games, or if I am soloing in a multiplayer game, like DDO, we'll pause it. But that is not the case this evening. Alright, we got some cleric nuking going on. Got some melees, we got some ranged. We got a regular, like, balanced party going on.
And then gives way. You've stumbled into the sewers. And into someone else's territory. Where rats hiss, curse, and
Let's go. And we're just gonna shoot a bunch of rats. So let's see. So we have an alchemist nuker, we have I'm inquisitive, we have a repeater build, we have, let's see. Alright, we have at least 2 inquisitives. We have a casting cleric. I haven't tracked down what exactly everyone in the party is, but it's fine. It's really kind of a moot point. Because, this just kind of works.
securely fastened from the other side. But the nearby walls and floor are riddled with cracks. You can find a way in and around.
I think that we can increase the difficulty going forward.
Spare the lives of the Emerald Claw within. He begins to cast a spell. The traveler disables the portal. The door opens, revealing a warehouse decorated with large bugs. You've arrived at an Emerald Claw.
Okay.
hidden deep
We're
in
gonna
the
come out here so we can shoot the Carnage Reaper.
A large gate bars access to the heart of the
And we want to go up here.
You've been decapitated, but not slain. The Emerald Claw defenders,
Alright.
keeping your side
So
of the
there's a
bargain,
lever.
Lady Vol. The third crystal lights.
Alright, good.
and the
Other people
large
got 2 levers
metal
before me.
portcullis opens.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's about how I expected that would go.
The vessel is almost within your grasp, but then its guardian springs.
Yep. And the boss just melts because we have a full party here.
And at last try to take the vessel. As you take hold of the vessel, Lady
All right.
Vol's voice fills the room.
As you can see, faith in yourself can be a powerful thing. I will help you.
Now, where is the chest spawn?
Though
There
in
it is.
truth, the power
Excellent.
comes from within.
Lady Vol addresses you.
You have obtained the vessel, keeping it out of the hands of that foul interloper. I wish you the best of luck in your attempts to thwart the Whispered One.
We're kind of just face rolling R4. I think we can step it up to 6 since we have a full party. And well, I'm party leader. The way that this dynamic usually works is if people joined an R4 party and they were cool with it, chances of them having a problem with going to R6 are very, very low. Especially if it's like, alright, we've already run 2 quests and we're not having issues with them. So sometimes you just get to make an executive decision.
High Priestess Valeria tells you to undergo the trials of the Dark Six. Return to the center of the Hall of the Trials.
Of course, this one would have been a nice one to be able to split on at a lower difficulty, but you know, sometimes you make mistakes. And in this case, the mistake isn't so much a mistake as simply a suboptimal decision. As long as we don't split apart from each other too much, it's fine. And actually not splitting apart from each other at all, also a good option. Like, is it as fast? No. But hey, why not? Especially if people don't feel confident.
As you enter the Hall of the King,
Because sometimes, like, you'll get people who are like, I mean,
realize it wants to speak with you.
I don't know if I want to do that. Alright, so we need to talk to this guy first.
The mummy says you should deal with the 4 uncontrolled.
Okay, so we need to talk to him first before these unlock.
Keep her as you see fit.
Alright, so this needs to stay that way. That's fine. Alright. Oh. Someone let one out. Okay, how about these puzzles? Okay. So this has to go that way. It's the only way it can go. That can't go that way. This has to go this way, which means this has to flip that way. Alright, that's one more.
The mummy nods in approval after you finish his requested task.
Alright, good. Making progress.
At the trial of the keeper.
Plus, there are plenty of shrines here, if we need them. think that was everything is nothing. And I guess his DCs aren't high enough to make it an insta-kill. But it looks like it's still quite effective as a big stun.
Cheering combatants, leap from the stands and begin brawling. My confident competitors
Oh, he can be paralyzed? Neat. Hey, there we go.
completed the trial of the
We took some damage, I took some other people took some, but no big deal. We move on.
Past the wall of water, you spy several sahuagis. The trial of the devourer has begun.
Alright. Sea lions. There we go. Oh, wait, no. Underwater movement's always a little tricky. There we go. I don't know who killed them. Normally you can tell by where the remnants drop, because remnants drop by the person who killed them. But we were all kind of stacked up in one place, so that is not a good indicator anymore.
Faced by the sahuagi spellcaster dissipates. The captain chortles as you approach. He gestures for his minions to attack.
Oh. I was expecting the minions in front of me to attack, not the minions to the side of me. That is on me. I should have been prepared for all kinds of minions from all directions. You only have 40,000 health. What do you think you're gonna do when all of your friends weren't able to do anything?
That the trial of the devourer is complete.
Alright, moving on.
The conch of secrets emits a deep, echoing laugh as the sound of rushing water comes from the center of the room. You are under attack. A telltale sound echoes from the chamber of the shadow. Traps. The trial has already begun.
So, I don't know if this area is going to be fine for other people. I mean, I can just walk through it without difficulty. But I'm also not detecting any of the traps in here. Or not detecting any trap boxes, I should say. Oh, right. So the blue is red. That being the blue wheel needs the red symbol.
The key turns. The lock disappears.
Yep.
And a ladder forms out of glowing green energy.
Alright, so we don't have Featherfall on, but that's fine. We make do without. Would you like to aggro? There we go. I am a little bit surprised at how fast the Despair Reaper died. Also, I don't know where Allison died.
The flayed monk seems to grin as you climb onto the platform. You begin.
Alright. Ravens, more dangerous than red named. Also harder to shoot. Like, wait a second.
Kneeling in defeat, the flayed monk nods solemnly at your accomplishment. You have completed
All right.
the trial of the monk.
We made it. That's probably the hardest one in here. So, the person who went to retrieve the dead person's stone, they couldn't at first because their inventory was full. Which is just perfect. Oh, overworked assistance. I see. So, it's not just enough for us to murder random people. We go into people who are just trying to get their work done. They haven't slept much. They've pulled multiple shifts. And we're just here to say, you know what? You need some rest. Feel free to rest forever in the ground. You thought you were going to work yourself to death, but instead, we're gonna just death you to death.
Distracted-looking gnome in the center of the room motions for you to step up and speak. The gnome has left you to decide whether to challenge her directly or to seek aid from her assistants.
I don't know how the optional works. Ah, I see. It's just a variety of skill checks. Okay, fair enough.
The gnome nods. Then she barks an order, and the golem next to her rises.
We could have probably just done this without it, but hey, why not?
And the wizard defeated. You have completed the trial.
It's like, even on R6, it's just like, it's fine.
Quiet trials. A voice booms out throughout the facility.
How are we on cooldowns? We are good on cooldowns.
For your final trial. Standing among the travelers, he was surprised when they suddenly the voice booms out once again.
Alright, next will advance. Here we go. Alright.
Silence falls over the hall of the traveler when the final document
Now where is... Oh, there she is.
You should speak with High Priestess Valeria once more. You have completed the trials of the Dark Sea.
Hey, someone got a Reaper point. Nice.
In your fight against the intruder Vecna.
So yeah. 6,000 Reaper XP. Pretty solid. How are we on inventory space anyway? 2 slots. That's not ideal. Seven. That'll do. We can go with 7. We'll see how well this one goes. This one can be a little trickier because it's like demons and angels and stuff, and that means all sorts of weird kinds of damage reduction. Let's just share this to people so they know where I went, because they were still looting when I left. I don't know if it really matters which way we go first.
You step out of the portal and into a small hidden cavern in Shavarath, the plane of battle. You've come to enlist an unlikely pair of allies.
All right.
Archons and their sworn enemies, the Devils. The Archon and Devil commanders agree on one thing. They'll only help you if you help them against their common enemy, the demons. Now to clear out the demon-infested base. Arrive at the Archon's fortress. Now on the run. Judging from the damage, Celestial did not keep
Right. I do not remember the correct route through here. Oh wait, this is just a shrine room. Because I have not run Vecna that many times. Oh, hello. There are flesh renders in this room. And fire reavers, and all sorts of stuff. It's taking reduced damage from a lot of my elements. Okay, so we need to get some sigils lit up. Good, good. Making progress on understanding our task. Okay. Alright, this is the one with all the whirling blades to skip by. Okay, so we go down here. Then we flip the switch. Then we do the same on the other side. All the way up and around, because this is the big U-shaped thing. I think someone's... Yeah, people are already there. So I will backtrack to the gate, and we can do that whole leapfrog thing. There we go, gate is open. Now, we really want to run away from the Geroliths because, like many things of their form factor, they have crowd control. They can trip you. Much like hyenas and dogs and pretty much anything low to the ground. They're just going to trip you, and it's going to suck. So, we really don't want to be in melee range of them. We want to run away. Run away. Sometimes it is the best course of action. In fact, when your main weapon is ranged, it is often the best course of action. And in the cases where it's not the best course of action, well, you've got a weird situation going on.
Nightmare charges forward.
All right. Cooldown popped. We're just gonna stand in this fire. It's fine. Okay, it's not that fine. It was still fine-ish. Like, it was gonna die before I did, but... Oh, my deflect arrows might have saved my life there. Because I walked in and immediately took a lot of damage. In fact, like 1,500-ish. And then I lived. And then everyone in the party who had a heal spell cast their respective heal spells on me. I cast one, I saw the druid cast one, I saw at least one other person cast one, because I can't identify all the spells as they're cast, but... We kill the Fear Reaper. We kill this. This guy melees for 700 apparently. This is fine. I was at 50 health. That's over 1%. Yeah, I see cleric heals come in. I see my own heals come in. I saw druid heals come in. It's just like, oh, he hurts. He only... This is fine. It was a little bit sketchy because I didn't have improved uncanny dodge ready yet.
Wreckage of countless battles chokes the entrance to this infernal fortress.
As they immediately teleport to me when I open the door. Man, these demons are aggressive. Can't imagine why. Alright. As I pop a cooldown and there's nothing... Oh, there we go. I was about to say there's nothing for me to shoot, but here we go. Stuff for me to shoot. Excellent. The plan worked out exactly as planned. The fun fact is I don't know my way around, but people are going to follow me because I'm making decisive actions. It's like, I don't know where to go, but unless they really know where to go, they're just gonna kind of have a herd mentality. Just gonna kind of go... I don't think this is the right way, is it? Or is it? I think this is the one that you can only do one at a time. Yeah, like this one doesn't have any forks. So I think you just need to solve it separately. Stop that. It's just like, wait a second. I don't know why they did this puzzle that way, where you have to solve them, like, not simultaneously, but separately like that. Yeah, I'm not completing a jumping challenge. You can just, let's just not. Oh wait, is this entire place optional?
Pull the lever, and passages in multiple directions. With a fury that belies their small power, wretches throw themselves into battle.
Okay. Still lost. But still making progress, probably. Maybe. It looks like there's a big room on the other side of this door. Alright, good. This looks like a boss arena.
A blast of freezing air announces the presence of the massive
Mm-hmm. Okay. We have a way forward. Yay! Alright, so we wanted to take out the Mark of Law first. And hey, now that the whole party's here, everything just melts. So that's nice. And this should be the last boss here. What's my next build going to be? You know, I don't actually know.
one another dramatic.
We're just going to run away from this Marilith for now. So, I mean, I could go for yet another Inquisitive, like, but with a different kind of split. And that's not necessarily because I love Inquisitive so much or because it's broken right now, but just out of laziness that I don't have to do a big gear swap and dig through all my mules. So that's one thing that I could do. Or I could do something completely different. I've got a lot of different iconics to do. So there's a lot of room for variety. Is there any particular build that you've had your eye on that you think would be interesting? I may or may not have done that, any particular one before.
Massive demons look down on you with seething disdain.
Are you the mortals disrupting my plans?
Hey, look. This is what happens when a party of 6 all hits their cooldowns all at the same time. You explode very quickly.
Be at my core. With the codex pages that Vector has promised me.
There we go.
Countless demons.
But yeah, so Inquisitive is pretty cool.
Comprehend its defeat. No, the pages. If
Oh, never mind. We talked to both at like the same time.
With the demons
So important to know,
and the fortresses reclaimed,
these are not the good loot chests.
to the celestial and infernal commanders. With the oaths of
This one is the good loot chest.
on security, it's time to return to Eberron.
The other ones are just like random generated loot. Alright, so we need to sell some stuff to the innkeeper here. Have I played Monk since the changes? I have not, and I also haven't done Dragon Disciple at all. So that could be a definite possibility. The question is what would I pair it with? Because I don't have full monk lives, so I could do another Trailblazer life. I haven't done all of those yet. I think. Yeah. I could do a Trailblazer life, but I believe if I wanted to do Dragon Disciple, I would need a heart for it, because they start with base monk, not archetype monk. That said, it could be interesting since I haven't hit it since the changes. Reset. Go. Int. More intelligence. Must have more intelligence. There we go. And yes, the only reason that we reset that tree was to get rid of platinum, because we had hit the platinum cap. So we'll have to address that in a little bit later. But yeah, I haven't played Monk since the changes. I haven't actually given the trees a good looking at since the changes either. Like, I know generally that like they took away the whole builder finisher thing, and a lot of the old finishers got moved into just like abilities that you take in the Monk enhancement trees. But it's not something I've really looked at, so it might be worth looking at. The question is, what kind of monk would I want to be? Because you've got your two primary kinds of monks, which is you got your fist monks and you got your staff monks. Then you've got some alternative kind of builds that are usually multi-class, that are like, they're monk splashes, but they're mostly like centered build that does X. So I've done like a centered longsword, like 2-weapon fighting build before. So like that's one example. And of course there is archery. There's always Zen archery that exists. There's also shurikens, but I don't know what I want to be doing with shurikens. Like, shurikens are kind of sketchy to level is what I've heard. Now, some of that is mitigated by the fact that I would be iconic, so I'd start at 15. So that does take away some of the biggest concerns I have heard about the about what? About throwers is that they are awful to level. But, you know, if I can do it at what? If I can start at 15, that becomes less of a problem. Oh, hello. Beastmark just walks up, hits me for 1,000. And now 2 walk up and hit me for 1,000 each. And I heal myself for a little bit. And other people heal me for a little bit. And I end up not dying, which is always nice. And anytime you aggro someone, if that person just jumps off the ledge, then we win.
You can now reach the lever that opens the way leading deeper into the complex. Your allies are doing a good job of keeping the hidden hand busy while you conduct your search.
Alright. There we go. Taking them out, single from targets. I need to just keep in mind that I can't run this like I was running it last life. Mostly because, you know, we're running at R6. Last life I was running at R1. And I was, you know, just grouping everything up and AoEing it. Because I could. But that's not what we're doing this life. That would be an awful plan this life. You know, the name Controlled Skeleton implies, like, uncontrolled skeletons. Like, oh, if no one takes control of the skeleton, it's just gonna be wandering all over the place. You know, as skeletons are wont to do.
The gate and charges into the dinosaur pens. Defeating this hidden hand dinosaur trainer will deny them access to more of their deadly
Okay,
pets.
that's just a shrine room. Now, this is, I believe, a place where I would often take a lot of damage because there was crowd control. That said, we're just gonna not give them the opportunity to do so. I believe I was like getting held or something. I think it was the clerics. Oh, there's a thing around that corner. And I like had bad saves. Alright, are we gonna lure her out? Alright, it's despair. Good, good, good. That's much better than it being vengeance.
This lever is guarded. You'll need to defeat the Eye of Vecna.
Yeah, there's a reason I backed out of there as soon as I aggroed them. Doing the Nothic and the Eye of Vecna, I didn't feel like eating all of my health and damage immediately. Let's not stand in
The
that.
Eye of Vecna falls, allowing you to access the lever it guarded.
You're a soul, very nice. The pew pew noise is just like hilarious when it goes off like back to back like that. It's like pew 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 pew. You know, maybe I should actually use pin for that. But I'm so used to using the an actual DPS shot instead of pin, which is like a utility shot. But I suppose pin is better for, Oh! He just walked up and wrecked that dude. Just Trippin even have low health? I guess he's got low health for R6. He's not like 2k. And it's okay.
You've reached the
We can get him rezzed in short order.
You spy a cleric up above. It seems to be the cult's leader, conducting some kind of ritual. The heart of Vecna orders his minions to attack.
Okay, I did not realize that a door closed behind us and we wouldn't be able to kite back. So that's good to know.
By the leader. This crypt could be used to create an entire army of skeletons and zombies. Best to put an end to the wear-out necromancer.
There we go. We just shoot all this stuff. Alright, who's gonna walk up and aggro him? I don't want to because I'm ranged. Alright, I'll do it since no one else is. Hi! Hand down. I. Getting there. Also down.
The resurrected again.
And here we go.
This leaves only the cult's leader, the heart of Vecna. Unfortunately, the heart concealed herself behind
Oh,
the
monks go in with the big melee cleave. Very good for us.
secret door that hides open in the eastern wall. This must lead to the fortifications above.
That's a Despair Reaper. It's fine. We're not too worried. Except that, well, maybe the person that was getting meleeed by it would be worried, but, you know. They'll be fine.
Vecna turns. Surprise.
And we go in, and we see what we can do. Heart of Vecna. Do we kill him before he summons the guys? We do.
You find the answer in the
So,
heart of
he is supposed to summon, like, the hand and the eye again,
a fortress in the
but he doesn't if you kill him fast enough.
a ritual
Oh, that has Reaper on it, so we will be taking it.
all of Eberron.
If it didn't have Reaper on it, we would not be taking it. It's kind of odd that it puts us all the way back here each time. Alright, here we go. Last quest. Vecna denied, R6. At some point, I will remember how to run this quest, but I've done it, I want to say 3 times? Which, in the scope of DDO, is not very many, because there's a lot of quests that I have done a lot of times, and 3 is not a lot of times.
You find yourself in the alien vastness of the astral plane. A strange and ancient fortress looms in the distance. The traveler will meet you there.
Excellent. Now, I don't know if we need to fight all of these guys. Oh, wait, did he just run straight across that? I didn't know you could do that. And here I am, like, jumping a million feet in the air, awkwardly. Yeah, like the jumping around in the air is just really awkward to me. Always has been. Oh look, you have a hat.
The traveler explains that this fortress is a trap heap for invading gods. He asks you to sabotage Vecna's
All right,
by pulling special levers inside.
time to do the trials. Pull the levers
Only those worthy of
and
representing
deny Vecna.
pass the trick of the god's trials and pull the levers. Clearly, Vecna and his followers have beaten you inside the fortress. And the God of Secrets has brought more than just the hidden hand with him.
Is he casting that on us because we're too far away? I mean, it doesn't really matter. He dies here pretty quickly anyway because we get to hit our cooldowns. But he is pretty darn healthy. What is this anyway? Slow our movements and expose us to the demon's attacks. There we go. Excellent. Mark of the Traveler.
The traveler asks you to choose between the path of struggle or the path of snares.
I don't know which way to go. We'll go struggle.
You have chosen a path.
So is one traps and the other combat? Because I've always kind of gone this way, but then again I haven't always been on trapping builds. Okay, so we're just killing all these dudes. So this time I'm probably going to have to shrine since I'm using a lot of cooldowns here. But that's fine. Nothing wrong with shrining. Just because we haven't done it so far doesn't mean we never have to do it. Yeah, that's a lot of numbers. Do we get more spawns when I walk over here? No? Okay. We've got that long channel lever.
The first of the traveler's special levers has been pulled. Now to find the rest of them.
We're all blue and on fire. I believe that's the cleric. I think that's that like sacred touch thing we got when she cast the group heal. Alright, back this way. 3 left. Let's see. How are people doing on mana? Lots of people have mana. And even if they didn't, there are lots of souls around for them to grab.
The traveler says that you will need to draw from the ground.
Okay, so we have more dretches and stuff. No big deal. We shoot them, they die. Use the power within you. This drops max health, right? Oh yeah, it's like 10% max health. Which is fine. We have a decent amount of max health to give. And we're ranged, so the only thing we need to do is not play like an idiot. Which, to be fair, is a little difficult for me. I do enjoy playing like an idiot.
Flows into the lever.
As you have no doubt noticed, with me running in, despite me being on a long-range build. hey, someone's got to lead the charge. And it kind of implicitly falls to whoever started the group as group leader to do so if no one else is going to. Or really, it goes to whoever wants it. Basically, whoever's going the fastest sets the pace. Because that's just kind of the definition of setting the pace, is the person in the front. Go. And is this the last one? I think this is the last one.
A bit of your life power flows into the lever as you pull it.
Alright, that's 4. Which lights up this, which lights up that. And we can take a drink to get our max health mostly back. I guess we must have had a temporary constitution buff or something before. It looks like we are about to get ads on Twitch. So Twitch has 2.5 minutes of ads every 50 minutes. And we do this so that Twitch doesn't run ads when I don't want them and can't control them. Which is to say, when people join my channel the first time. When you first click on it. If you ever click on a channel and the first thing you do before you even see anyone or see what they're doing or anything is you get an ad, that's called a pre-roll. And Twitch will turn them off for you if you do something for them. And by the do something for them, what you do for them is that you run 2.5 minutes of, you run 3 minutes of ads per hour. And as long as you're running at that rate, you're fine. I forget what the mechanic is on this fight, as I'm about to die to it. I think we have to kill that, and then the Dancing Sword of Doom up here. Okay. We're fine even without killing the Dancing Sword of Doom. Excellent. But yes, what is the puppy doing? The puppy is sleeping. Puppy is sleeping right now. She will remain a puppy no matter what age she gets, but she is snoring lightly is what she is doing.
Helpful advice about enduring life's battle.
Ah, yes. She does that sometimes. But yes, at the moment she is lightly snoring. Oh, we lost one. We lost one. Our small pebbles are gone. Now what can we have that will float on water? Yes. On water. I started to think of very small rocks. But no, which is what pebbles are. But I crossed it up with water. Let's see. He's got 9 seconds left. And then this last one, I'll have one, got 2 charges left, and there's a shrine up there on the way forward, so we're good. You've never had a pet before, easy to take care of. Depends greatly on the pet. There are various logistical issues.
Surprised at how far you were willing to go with your sacrifice. Impressive! More than necessary, really, but it will do.
Did it AoE sacrifice the party? That's kind of funny. I did not know it did that. Well. That's something. Alright, well, let's get some buffs going back up again. But yeah, I did not know that that would be an area of effect sacrifice effect if I said to sacrifice myself. We need to do a heroic speech beforehand, that is... Oh, no, no, you must stay back.
Travelers levers. Now to see what effect this had on Vecna's ritual.
Because you can go upstairs and grab, like, a frog that represents your hopes and dreams or something to that effect. But, you know, it's easier to just sacrifice yourself. A noble sacrifice for the cause. Yeah. The Alchemist at like a quarter spell points. The Cleric is almost out of spell points. Alright. And we get the resting buffs, like the Unicorn, that gives us extra health. Alright, so everyone gets rested up. Everyone recasts their buffs. Okay. Now, they're saying in party, it's like, could be worse. Could have been in hardcore. It's like, well, in hardcore, I don't think anyone would choose option number one, which is sacrifice yourself. Alright, welcome back from ads. We have shrined up and we are ready to go.
You can see the results of your actions on behalf of the traveler. The energy produced by 4 of the planar eyes.
So, but back to the question. Are pets hard to care for? It depends on the kind of pet. And even on the kind of pet, it depends on the individual pet and their personality and the type of pet it is. Liesel is a German short-haired pointer. She is pretty chill, as long as she gets to go out and run for at least a certain amount of time per day. If she doesn't get that amount of time per day, she is unhappy and very hyperactive and needy. But I take her out every day, so that's not a problem. Now, that said, if she were used to it and I got her in shape, she would go out for a long, long period of time per day. They're not quite the same as, say, like a border collie, but they do have a lot of interest in running. They like to run a lot.
Vecna cries out in anger as the last of his followers falls.
How is it possible you have ruined
There we go. So obviously something like fish or a hamster are better to, are easier to take care of.
create such a scheme?
A soaring figure appears, wearing a familiar hat.
But, you know.
You're not in a position to
Alright, so
given how Rex
some sentient food.
blundered into my trap. When the Codex was destroyed, it broke the barrier that hid Eberron from the worlds beyond. I could see what
Some people get some stuff. Some augments. All some nice stuff.
fortress built as a trap. A trap.
Well, yes. So yeah, it really depends. And even within a certain breed, different dogs will have different personalities. And same with cats and other common pets.
Right for the picking. All it took was a brave soul to help me spring the
But
trap
yes.
I
So that should be the last one in the saga for us. So we're going to go get our saga turn-in reward. And before it like tells us, hey, you missed 3 quests. It's like, what? Where? but I'm pretty sure I got them all. Oh, I didn't do the ones down below. There we go. I forgot that those were actually part of it. I did the plotline ones, but not the rest of them that are in the expansion pack. But it is too late to start a set of 4 quests. So So yeah, we're down to only 94k needed for the next. Alright, so we don't get to turn this in yet, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. So that is going to be all for this evening for the stream. So thank you everyone who is here. Let's do a quick check on who else online for rating purposes. Oh, and a reminder. So Axel, not Alex. Alex is a completely different person. Axel has invited me onto his podcast this Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be talking about, just DDO things. It's me, him, and a couple of others. I don't remember the full guest list. But should be interesting. First time I've been invited to something like that. So we will see how that goes. And let's see. What's online? Let's see, who's this dude? Perhaps not. Alright, there appear to be mostly people playing Dungeons & Dragons online like Roll20, as opposed to Dungeons & Dragons Online, the MMO. So I think we're just gonna call it there for tonight and go without a raid. So, time to do the ending spiel. The ending spiel, which is, of course, thank you all for being here. The internet is full of sources of entertainment and diversion, and you've chosen to spend your time with me. So I appreciate that. So if you like the stream, then you can, click the buttons, your follows, your subscribes, your whatever button you'd like to choose to see more of me if you enjoyed it. And of course, if you did not enjoy it, as I just mentioned, it's the internet. Something different is just a click away. But it's also a click away is the end of this stream. So once more, thank you for your time. We should be back on Tuesday.